All right, today's math lesson starts a brand new unit. We are going to dive into money and the ways that we can count amounts of money with coins and bills. And you guys have already been prepared for this with some calendar math stuff and also with tons of stuff you learned in second grade. I just realized you can't see me right now. Hi, here I am. And so let's just dive in.
Hi! It's a hot day here today. Hey, look! There's someone's golf cart. It looks like they left some money in it. There are some bills and some coins. I wonder how much there is in all. Click the golf cart to learn more about the money. Oh my! There's one $10 bill, 4 $1 bills, 2 quarters, 1 dime, 2 nickels, and 5 pennies.
Ooh, that's a lot.
That's a lot of bills and coins to count.
That's what I'm saying.
So, how much is there in all? Need some help? Well then, come along with me.
Amanda has some money in her pocket. How much money does she have? Let's unlock the problem. Amanda has these bills. The number on each bill tells you the value of the bill. To find the value of the bills, start with the bill that has the greatest value. Which bill is that?
Which one has the greatest value? The $5 one, right?
The bill with 5 on it is worth $5. This has the greatest value. Let's make a table. How many $5 bills are there?
How many? Just one.
There's one $5 bill. How much is one $5 bill worth?
That's a different answer, isn't it?
One $5 bill is worth $5. How many $1 bills are there?
Okay, how many? 2, right?
There are 2 $1 bills. How much are 2 $1 bills worth? 2 $1 bills are worth $2. To find the total value of all the bills, add $5 and $2.
Well, that's easy. What's 5 plus 2?
How much money in bills does Amanda have?
Boom.
Amanda has $7.
Very good, very good.
Amanda also has these coins. Let's find their value. Which coin has the greatest value?
So, if you're like me, let me bring myself back here. If you're like me, it's a lot easier to add up bills than it is to add up coins. Coins are a little bit more complicated, so let's see. First of all, we start with the one with the greatest value, which is the quarter, which is worth how much? 25 cents.
The quarter has the greatest value. Let's make a table. What is the value of 1 quarter?
What's a quarter worth? 25 cents.
1 quarter is worth 25 cents. You enter a 0 for the dollar amount. The decimal point separates the dollars and the cents. The dime has the next greatest value. How many dimes does Amanda have?
Do you see that we skipped over the nickel even though it was next in line? And it's also bigger than the dimes because nickels are bigger. We are going in order of how much each thing is worth, all right? The quarter is worth 25 cents. The nickel's only worth 5 cents, but the dime is worth 10 cents. So how many dimes do we have? 3,
She has 3 dimes.
which is
Since
worth...
each dime is worth 10 cents, you can multiply 3 times 10 to find their worth.
which is 30.
So, Amanda has 30 cents in dimes. Amanda also has 1 nickel. What is 1 nickel worth?
Now we can use the nickel because there's just 1 nickel over here left, which is worth 5 cents.
1 nickel is worth 5 cents. Let's add to find the total value of the coins. So, how much money in coins does Amanda have?
Now, if I were you, and I'm not sure what they're about to tell you to do, but let me tell you what I would do. I would look for numbers that are easy to add together first. So I could line up 25, and in fact, they've got it lined up right here for me. I could line up 25 plus 30 plus 5, and I could add up the 5s here and carry the 1, but that's a little complicated. I think instead, I'm going to add this 5 cents over here to the 25 to make it what? Another 30, right? And then all I have to do is add 30 cents and 30 cents. And what's that going to be? What's 30 plus 30? That's a lot easier, isn't it? That's 60. They just did that in their
25
heads.
cents plus 30 cents plus 5 cents is equal to 60 cents. Amanda has 60 cents in coins.
So sometimes it does help to kind of skip around.
Let's add the sum of the coins to the sum of the bills
Ooh,
to
now
find the
let's put it
total amount
together.
of money that Amanda has. What is the value of the coins?
Okay, the coins were 60 cents, right?
The coins are worth 60 cents. What is the value of the bills?
What were our dollars together? 5, 6, 7.
The bills are worth $7. Now you can add the values of the bills and the coins. Remember to line up the decimal points.
So bring it on down, and what do we have?
The total value of
See
Amanda's
that?
money is $7.60. So Amanda has $7.60 in her pocket. Let's find the value of these bills. Start by finding the number of $10 bills.
Okay, so look at the 10s first. First of all, how many 10s are there? I see 2.
There are 2 $10 bills.
Which gives us a
What's the
total
value of 2 $10 bills?
10, 20. You just count them by tens.
2 $10 bills are worth $20.
All right, moving on to
Now,
the fives.
enter the number of $5 bills and their total value.
So how many 5s do we have? 3. And when we add, what's 3 5s? You might just know it, or you could go 5, 10, 15. I think they want us to do the whole thing there. Let's check. All right. We did it.
Now, let's practice.
Okay, let's see if the math trainer will agree with us this time. The other day, it wasn't very nice to me. Okay, Erin only has quarters, and she has more than 175 cents. What amount could Erin have? So this one is totally different. This is kind of wacky. It wants us to think and use our brains to figure out what amount could only quarters add to. So before we even look at the answers, what do we count quarters by? We did this when we were looking at compatible numbers, right? So like 25 is 1 quarter, 50 is 2 quarters, 75 is 3 quarters, 4 quarters makes it an even dollar, right? And so if we only have quarters, could we have an amount like $2.40? No, because we can't get to 40 by only counting quarters. They would have to have some dimes or some nickels or some pennies to get to that amount. Okay? What about $1.90? Could we get to $1.90 with just quarters? So we know it is either $1.50 or $2.50 because both of those we could get to with quarters, but look at this other part of the information. It says she has more than 175 cents, which means more than $1 See where I'm putting the cursor there in between? $1.75. So could it be $1.50? No, she has more than that, so it has to be D. Let's check it. Make sure I'm right. I think I am. Oh, they said well done. Let's see the next one. Okay, Kyle has the exact amount of money to buy a bus ticket, and he has one $5 bill. Which coins does he have? So the bus ticket is $6.75, and they've told us that we have exactly that right amount, and he has a 5. Okay, so first of all, we might want to figure out what we need to get left, what's left. So if he needs $6.75 and he already has 5 of those, what's left? If we were subtracting, if we were taking $6.75, if we were taking $5 away from that, well, we know to get from 5 to 6, it's just 1, right? And then the 75 cents. So I think we're going to need $1.75 worth of coins. So let's see. Could it be C? That's just 75 cents. That's not enough. Let's try this one. So let's count our quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quarters, okay? 4 of those quarters gives us $1, $1.25, $1.50, okay? $1.60, we're getting closer with the dime, and then what are those? 2 nickels? That gives us 10 more cents, so that gives us $1.70 to add to the $5 bill. Is that enough? Not quite. Let's look at this one right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so 4 of those is $1, $1.50 with the quarters, $1.60, $1.70. Still not enough. I bet it's going to be this one, but let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quarters this time. So we have $1.25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75. So $1.75 plus the $5 he already has is going to give him exactly $6.75, which is what they're telling us we want. But for some reason, it won't let me click it. So, oh, there we go. Just wanted me to embarrass myself first. Okay. All right, so we got both of those questions right. That's awesome. That's all for the math lesson today because it's really something you've already been doing. I want you can take a break from doing any sort of math worksheet today. You don't have to. Instead, I want you to go do your calendar math, the one that says test, all right? I'm not going to give you the answers to this one because I'm going to be grading it. Calendar math works sort of the same way as DLR, where you practice it, practice it, practice it. I give you answers, give you answers, give you answers, and then we use that information to make sure we're ready for the test. And so today is your calendar math test, and I can't wait to see how well you do because this is something you guys have been working on for a whole month. So I can't wait to be so proud of you. Way to go, mathematicians. Go do your calendar math test and then take a picture and submit it.